for the full chain, rock bottom, and handle my business when it was my rock. G. Flossing with a gold chain. I got my Turkish rope with matching gold things. Bomber jacket in the winter, it's a cold game. I met some East Coast up in Spokane. Some of the realest in this dope game. I got my curly top looking like special ed. Clean fade on the side, bumping that red head. Clean tags when I ride, ducking the feds. East Coast, they get that bread. You you end up dead. Them West Coast, they leave that spray. And now you got all in your dread head.
If God for me, who could be against me? I guess all the that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted.
Still trying to the riches.
East Coast and 6'4's hitting switch. It's not a conflict of interest.
Cut it with the business. West Coast rocking them Timberlands. Deep up in the...
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we are at Highmark Stadium in upstate New York. Tonight we've got an AFC matchup on tap between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Buffalo Bills. And we are underway in Buffalo. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. On first down, they'll start out with Singletary. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Allen off the play fake. He'll get this out wide to Singletary. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get it out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
To the air, Allen. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Touchdown! Stephon Diggs, 39 yards. And the Bills will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. On play action, they'll throw. his target, Allen. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. Got an open man. It's Josh Palmer. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
From the 45 on second down, Herbert. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
Well, that was his first target of the game, and it's going to take at least one more target to get him on the board. Took a nice substantial hit to jar that catch loose from him. Incomplete pass.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. A few things better than a big man interception. You can always tell right when they get the football, there's that level of excitement and nervousness, and also like, what the heck do I do with this thing?
And you say, no better sight? Well, not for the quarterback who just threw it. It's bad enough to throw a pick, but to throw one to the big guy? But you're right about that. Now what do I do with it? But what's fun about it is, you know they're going to be in the film room after this ball game, telling all their teammates, maybe I should shift over to offense. I've got skills. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. I always find myself cheering for them after they intercept it. Unfortunately here, he couldn't make it into the end zone. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12. To throw, it's Allen. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. That's sacked by Khalil Mack. Now Charles dealing with a third and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
From midfield, here's Allen. He'll get this to Devin Singletary out of the backfield. He's going to have the first down and then some. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Play action. Now it's Allen. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4. Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play. You've got to sell the run action.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And the Chargers are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Von Miller doing what he does his best with a sack.
Well, it certainly took too long to set up play action. That gave the pass rush time to get home for its first sack of the game. For their sake, they may start to think about the quick game and leave play action alone for a little while.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. And he'll find his man on the out route. That's Allen. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. Now Herbert off the bootleg. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Give them 12 yards there. The Chargers have a 1st down.
And, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
Two minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. From the 50, here's Herbert. Finding Williams once more, complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A big pickup of 38.
This offense has been slow to get started, but that play will certainly give them a little bit of life. Maybe the late wake-up call that they had been seeking.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
His throw complete right side to the tight end, Parham. Touchdown, Chargers. Donald Parham from 10 yards out. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the 1st half. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. From his end zone, Isaiah McKenzie. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And we'll see what they want to do. 45 seconds is all that remains until the break. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Jerry Tillery running in there and setting him down. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this 1st half. Another try after the 1st down sack. Allen. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Allen to throw it. Finding Knox there, complete. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley, and he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
You can easily see the logic. It's a tie game. They just wanted to press it a little bit right before the half, hoping to get one more score.
Now, easy to second-guess the result, but now you have to think after that interception, just a field goal, and they're behind at the break.
Yeah, I think at the half, the head coach just says, look, that's on me. I wanted to press it, but it's because I believe in you guys.
On first down, it's Herbert. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for second down.
And coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Throwing again on second down. Herbert. That's complete to Austin Eckler, the running back. Down inside the 10. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chargers have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Hopkins with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. McKenzie now from his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. And Allen going to be intercepted for the third time. Derwin James with a pick. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD. Well, CD, that's a huge play by this defense in a close ball game. I think he was trying to just extend the play. They're getting outside the pocket, but he throws a costly pick six.
Yeah, he's trying to find someone open. You're exactly right. He wasn't looking to run. He was looking to throw. The result, not good for him. They were more than happy on the defensive side to gather that one in and take it to the house.
Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Final adjustments being made for the second half. So with that, we get you back up to Orchard Park and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. No return here for Carter, and this will be a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well. And most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Herbert's throw there complete to Allen. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. They find some open field here. Powering forward. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
Losing's what I never do. How you supposed to walk with me? I'm 80 steps ahead of you. My mind is on Socrates, all my balls on Rubik's Cube. Every time I do it, I just have to do it beautiful. I can't let this moment pass. Yeah, I know my time is now. Know my mama proud of me, and my grandma smiling down. Every time I turn it up, whole crowd be wilding out. Matter of fact, let me see your hands. Look, I saw my shot and I took it. I couldn't do it different. Couldn't afford to stop and go. I had to stay consistent. Made up my mind that no matter what, I gotta win. That's why it's always me and never them. One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot. You only get one shot. One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot. You only get one shot. Heart of a lion, my time, here I go. I am not moving in silence. If it ain't moving, move it. We making movies, moving. I get a chance and take it. We bout to build it. They leaving it vacant. I just go harder. I am a ball that I gotta get it. I am so with it. I will go get it. That is the difference. I am not waiting. I am not faking. Everything out here, that's for the taking. My mind too right. My grind too tight. This here rhyme too nice. This my world, my life. One shot, who me? Take that, who we? One shot, movie. That's all you need. One shot, who me? Take that, who we? One shot, movie. That's all.
We are about 10 miles or so southwest of downtown Los Angeles at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Buffalo Bills and the Los Angeles Chargers. Just about time to rock as toe gets ready to meet leather. And we are underway in Southern California. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Herbert going to go to the air right away. He'll get this to Eckler. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
They'll find Everett there, complete. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. If you're these receivers, you got to be ready because when he's going to throw it quick on that RPO, he's going to throw it quick.
And this is why you spend time with your guy either in the offseason, during the week, the whole bundle. Because sometimes just telepathy. You both see the same thing, and he knows get the ball to him right away.
Herbert on 3rd down now. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Well, in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game, but found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
To try again after the sack. Herbert. That's into the hands of Eckler. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. Well, safe to say the passing game has found a rhythm. He's now 4 of 4, but might need to be 5 of 5 to keep this drive going here as they face a third down.
And maybe perhaps you show a running play, right? Maybe a little play action here to go ahead and let him throw the ball downfield. I wouldn't get away from him flinging it because 4 for 4 already. I think he's got a good chance of picking this one up here on third down.
They'll try and run for it with Kelly. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs, gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
He's got it. Touchdown. Donald Perrell, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Chargers are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point good by Hopkins. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. From his end zone, Isaiah McKenzie. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. Throwing to start the drive. Allen. And this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. Well, that's certainly not the start that they envisioned, Charles. You give up the long touchdown drive, and there, an interception on their first play from scrimmage.
Brandon, what if the mindset was simply, well, that was a long touchdown drive. Their defense might be a little relaxed and feel like, hey, we're in good shape now having 7 in hand. Maybe they just thought, let's take the shot at them right now. Instead, it went against them.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
That's a nice example of good team defense right there. Ball was snapped at the 1-yard line. They knocked him back and caused a loss. But you notice they were trying to find any type of a gap to run through. Wasn't one available, and they stuffed the play right there in the middle of the field.
Away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Hopkins' kick is good, and that will extend their lead interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Allen now looks to throw. Going deep for Diggs. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Chargers will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Now they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
Herbert off of play action. He's airing it out for Williams. They've got his man complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big pickup of 38.
But they didn't ease into that drive right out of the turnover. They go for the big shot downfield and hit it. A lot of teams have that opportunity, but not every coach is going to green light that type of a play call. I love their aggressiveness.
Throwing quickly, and Herbert completes it. Touchdown, Chargers! Donald Parham. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Chargers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Hopkins with the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. McKenzie now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him.
And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by Khalil Mack. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. Wow, this one, it is getting out of hand early. They add a pick 6 to the ledger now. 3-score lead still in the first half.
And all that celebrating that you see and hear from those defenders is not just because they scored a touchdown on a pick 6. It's because they're pitching a shutout in this one. Every defender's dream.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. McKenzie now from his end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but The way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession with it.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Khalil Mack. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. McKenzie now from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly,
and my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the route is on here in this first half. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. McKenzie now from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 18. They'll start out here with the option left. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, given 14. Pretty ideal right there. Keep it yourself, get the first down, and get the heck out of bounds.
And knowing him, I believe he's thinking, I can get a few more yards if I just lower my shoulder. But he also hears that second voice in his head. His head coach, and probably his agent too, saying, get out of bounds, man. Don't do that.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got a big smile.
And now here's another interception. Derwin James with a pick. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. On is Hopkins now for the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. McKenzie now from his end zone. Well, now how about this return? And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right,
throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
Now on 3rd and 2, they're going to elect to throw with Allen. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The former number 3 pick, Joey Bosa, bringing the lumber that time.
Now, this is not a common sight where he runs to the open field and doesn't get away. This time, brought down for a big sack. As we said, normally he gets outside the pocket and runs for nice yardage. Here, the exact opposite. They get him down for a double-digit loss.
Allen will look to throw for it on fourth. Going deep for Diggs. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And the Chargers are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Well, you think about it, though, that interception, great for his stats, but bad for field position. It was fourth down.
Yeah, terrific observation. If there is going to be a silver lining, and this is what he'll plead when it comes time to watch it again, hey, it was just like a punt, right? So we end up taking possession of the ball. But you're exactly right about it. Should have slapped it down. Field position would be better for his offense. But how many times do you get a chance to make an interception that you turn it?
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the Bills are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
23 yards, the final tally. Now here's the option play going left. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Right back to Singletary on 2nd down. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
This is caught. Touchdown, Bills. Allen on target there to Stephon Diggs. And the Bills are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half. Allen will try to throw for it. And this is caught, so they do get the 2. Still a very large deficit, but maybe something to feel a little better about. So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. Fielded just outside the goal line. DeAndre Carter returning it. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line. The final shot before the break for Herbert. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break.
Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Bills trail here, but they will get the football first as we are back underway on EA Sports. McKenzie now from his end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you just have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
Allen looks to throw on second down. And he'll get this underneath to Singletary. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Caught that look from me there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll bring up 4th down. They do go for it. Here's Allen. Hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a give running left is Eckler. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Jair Elam makes a pick, and the Bills are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Well, with the size of lead that this offense has, I don't think that interception is really going to affect them much, but at least for this defense, something small to hang their hat on.
Yeah, and let's face it, they're not even scoreboard watching anymore, right? They're just trying their best to make a play, get themselves off the field, which they just did, and salvage a little bit of pride in this one.
A big play here for Buffalo. 41 yards. Charles, you talk so much about quick change plays. There's one right there. You get the turnover, and boom, hit them with a big one.
And defenses plan for this all the time. They work on it in practice. But in the middle of a game, when that quick change takes place, oftentimes guys aren't as focused as they need to be.
Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Sebastian Joseph Day breaking through for the sack. So a nice bounce back there defensively after giving up the big play.
Yeah, you can either get down on yourself or you can get motivated. And that time, they dropped him for a loss. So I would say that they got motivated and made the play.
And now here's another interception. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. With that interception, he just set a record that nobody ever wants to set, and that's the most picks ever in an NFL game. 8. The last time we saw 7, 2001, right? Yeah, it's tight end. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. That sack by Tremaine Edmonds.
No question, that was needed by the defense because they're already trailing by a couple of scores. They had to get off the field without allowing another one. That sack on the first play, that may have derailed this drive.
After the sack on first down, Herbert, and he's going to go down again. That's Gregory Rousseau getting in there to bring him down. So that time, Charles, a quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly. Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw. Boy, that's a 5-yard loss. 4th down now. Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Here's J.K. Scott now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. The drive will start with an option going left. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And my goodness, another interception. Derwin James with a pick. There he goes left side. Touchdown, LA!
That drive was quick and impressive. Almost like they had somewhere else they needed to be after the game.
Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Makes the score. Chargers 52.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
McKenzie now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things through this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
One final try here for Allen. Going deep for Diggs. And that's caught inside the 35.
And he is going to have the Bills first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. And again, it's Allen. And now here's another interception. Derwin James with a pick.
And the Chargers are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because
blitz coming, and down he goes.
That's Matt Milano firing in from his linebacker position.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 27 yards there, a first down. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And they pitch it to Eckler. And he's got room. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all three phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed watching their execution throughout this contest.
McKenzie now from his end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. But we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing.
Allen hit. He lost the football. And picked up by the Chargers. And that might just cement it. A return for a touchdown.
Well, not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
McKenzie now from his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong.
On Herbert, his third interception. 30, 20, 10, 5. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. A great pick, nice return, but you know he's just beating himself up inside for not getting all the way in.
No doubt about it, because he had visions of end zone in his mind. Going to be the total hero. But we did see there the emphasis on it's not just good enough to pick it off anymore. Bring it back, get the yardage, and really help out your offense. At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Another shot from the one on 2nd and goal. Here's Allen. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Khalil Mack. He's at the 50. The 30. 10. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they got this game in the bag with this huge lead. And it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
McKenzie now from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And the Chargers come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Charles, not only the blowout of this one, but they break the Washington football team's record for most points in a game, which was set all the way back in 1966. Just an incredible performance.
But Brandon, we never go into a game expecting to see a record broken that has lasted for over half a century. But I'm going to give you a quick backstory. That previous record, the Washington team, their star on the team had been traded from the team that they were playing that day. And he was still upset about it, mad at the coach. And late in the game, he told his own team, let's kick a field goal late and add some points to it, just because he was still angry from being traded.